I have about a 4 or 5-step process on what I did. I'll show you and I'll help you. I'll customize it towards you. I'm here. You're here. There's a gap between us. You don't know the gap. I do. For $5,000, if you value your time instead of wasting it to find out yourself, and if this is really important to you, it's about them, I'll close that gap. And there's no point in me explaining to you how, because if you knew how, you wouldn't be talking to me about it. Okay. I've sold people into elite Anwar without them seeing an offer sheet, without them knowing what they get, just on the premise of, here's the promise and my certainty that you'll get there. That's all you need. You want this to grow or not? My business is doing more than yours. Yours is doing this. I will close that gap for you. Don't worry about how. Point is that I will. Do you not think I will? Then don't do it. You think I will? So do you want to do this or not? That's actually all you need to sell anything. You guys making up for the lack of certainty. You make fancy videos to make up for your lack of certainty. You make offers to make up for your lack of certainty. That's all. When you're not 1,000% certain, you start to create fancy looking things or all these resources to supplement your certainty. If you let me loose in something I'm 100% convinced in, I'll walk in with my conviction and close the loan. You don't need to see anything about it. In fact, I closed someone yesterday for 45 grand for the year. And he messaged me today, hey bro, what's the next steps? The reason why I'm telling you that is because the guy just signed up for a $45,000 program and doesn't even know the next steps. You understand what I'm saying? Where certainty is the only thing you need. And the conversation was simple. You want this to grow or not? You're not saying no to me. You're saying no to your own goals. Do you believe you'll hit it with me? Yeah, I do. Okay, great. This is the cost. It only costs you $45,000 to make $1 million business. What do you want to do? It only costs you $5,000, Mr. Friend, to make your Walmart store profitable, paying you what it's paying me. What do you want to do? Certainty. But you rather be in that position with money in your hands than no money in your hands. Take everybody's money, make a very outlandish promise, and you're better off giving it all back after giving a shot at it than not had to take in anyone's money because you never made a bold promise. The thing you don't want to get stuck in is taking a bunch of people's money by making those promises and not giving their money back. Then you ruin your reputation. But if you could just make great promises, which is all sales is, promise and the certainty you'll deliver on it, and they should feel it. As long as you have their money, just consider it a loan. It's like a line of credit you opened up while you figure out how to actually make this worth their investment. If you don't, get the money back and don't spend the money. That's really the game you're always playing. I would sell $50,000 when I was starting out, and I would keep 25 aside, and I'd spend 25 to do, get more sales. And I'm like, I sold 50,000 out of 50,000, like 20,000 of those dollars of those people. They might not make it. I don't know, but I don't want to not give them the opportunity. I'll give them everything I got. But I actually put aside money when I sell someone. Like I don't want to rob them of the opportunity of surprising me. So I'm not God. I don't know what they're going to do. Right. But I'm like, it's better to give them the chance with my integrity intact, knowing I'll just give their money back if it doesn't work. It only gets bad when you're like, oh, I don't want to give their money back. Now it's unethical. It's bad business. But if you're willing to, who cares? Take everybody's money. Like if someone came along right now, a billionaire, and said, I'm going to pay you $10 million to train my team to double their outcome, I'd be like, see, this is the problem. Both things are going to happen. I've never done that. This is too much money. What if I fail? See, all that shit's going to happen to any human being if you're alive, if you have a pulse. But you know what the only one belief I have, the only one thinking I have that outsets this is the difference between people who grow in life and don't. I go, all right, well, if it doesn't work, I'll give their 10 million back. So he's pretty much loaning me money, paying me to learn how to do this. I get all this money that's not mine yet until I've delivered. And there's absolutely no risk, only upside. Now, my best case scenario works, 10 million bucks in bank. But I'm never going to say no to an opportunity because I don't think I am not ready for it. Because the illusion in life is that readiness is a circumstance, and it's not. Readiness is a choice. An unready person chooses to do it, which makes them ready. How else do you think you get ready? By having all your ducks in an order? Never happens. Tell me any part in life you had your ducks in an order. And even if the few rare times you did, how was the output after that? Was it groundbreaking, miraculously different than if you just had made up your mind when you weren't ready? So readiness is something you develop, just like anything in life. So just say yes to everyone. Go take everyone's money if you can. With the integrity knowing, if it doesn't work, you give it back. But take everybody's money and throw yourself into the pool and learn how to swim. Like just like that. That's it. Simple. Don't wait around. If you ever see a potential for money being collected, do not sell yourself on any idea to not take it yet. One time I'll give you one last thing, Anwar. I was doing really well in 2021. It was like my peak, in momentum in business. I was also younger, and it's the first time I made $1 million. And the first time you make $1 million, what happens to you is like, you go, after that gets kind of, normal. So I go on a rampage of selling shit. Eventually, I came across someone and I sold them $100,000 thing. I'm like, but I just kept raising the price. I'm like, you know what? I'll do this for you. I'm gonna do a 1-year mentorship program. I'm gonna bring the best. I brought my competitors into this. I took my competitors that are selling the same program as me. I'm like, come and be a part of this inner circle. I'm gonna charge $100,000 a person for it. I'm like, you bring people, I bring people. I sold someone. I collected their first $25,000. They're gonna pay me 4 payments, $25,000 every month for the year, $100,000. I took their 25. I sold it. I did. The moment I got a little bit of interest from them, I'm like, all right, let's go. I didn't know what the hell this 1-year thing is going to be. I don't know if it's going to work. I didn't know the logistics of having a competitor in there. I didn't know anything. All I knew is they're willing, and I'm not ever going to stop from taking someone's money. I'll collect cash. I'll make the sale. Even if I'm not ready for it, I'll give it back if it wasn't. I'd rather be in the position where I made the sale and say no than to have been in a position where I don't have enough people to get sales from. You see what I'm saying? A couple calls we did, and it just fell off. It felt off. And I'm like, I talked to the guy I was trying to do this with. I'm like, dude, we're not ready for this. And this guy already paid me $25,000. He's like, you're right. I'm like, okay. I called the person. I'm like, here's your $25,000 back. He's like, why? I said, it's not the time and place for this right now. But you know what it did for me? So no, I closed $100,000 sale, and that happened. Now it's always there in my ego. It's like, yeah, that can happen. I want you all to do this to yourself. Sell everything and anything you can until you're like, yeah, making sales is not hard. That belief has to break. Then you're in a powerful position as an entrepreneur. Yep. Money isn't like waiting. Money's like a hot girl at the bar and everybody's trying to get to. Like, she's not going to wait for you just because you're going to the bathroom real quick. Like, oh, well, let me go fix my hair. By the time you come back, 3 dudes is taking her. It's gone. Just, that's never happened to me, but just good example. Yeah. It's like money's like a sports car in the middle of the ghetto. Like, you just leave it's like you're leaving a door unlocked and open. You're like, someone steal it. Just take it. Ain't going to happen. It's like, it's going to happen, guys. Don't get all, oh, no one's going to do it. I left my phone on a bike once. It just 5 minutes, walked away, walked back, gone, stolen in Mexico. All right, oh, shit. I'm like, that's my fault. Same thing with a hot lead. It's just sitting there in the pipeline. Oh, this guy said, I'm interested. All right, let me go build an entire neighborhood of houses before I come back and sell. No, like, okay, give me your money right now. Let's go. How else are you going to build this thing, by the way? What's the fastest way to build something? Sell it, be forced to deliver it. That's the fastest way to build something. What else is faster? Sell it and be forced to deliver it. You can't not deliver it now. You just you're like forcing your own body and emotions to be focused on delivering now. Like, what else is going to keep you committed to building it? That's how I do it, at least. So yeah, don't take that shit for granted. When you got momentum, attention, and leads, like, sell them anything you can. Just get them in. Okay. You want a full house that you have to kick people out of. Here's a good example. One last good example. They're just coming right at the analogy. I throw a house party. Would you rather have a terrible house party, but packed with way too many people? Like, there's no lights, music's crap, but like everyone showed up. You had like 200 people at your door. Like, holy shit, I got to send people away. Or you decked out your house, the greatest DJ ever. You put lights and ribbons everywhere. There's cake in the fridge. Like, you're like, oh my God, I'm ready for the greatest party ever. And like 3 people show up. And now you're in a destitute place where you're running on the streets. Hey, do you want to come to my party? Hey, do you want to come to my party? It's the equivalent of when you guys spend way too much time planning your business and your offers, and then you exhaust all your energy on preparing to have sales, that by the time you go to make sales, you're begging now. But look, I spent 7 years on my course outline. Pay me something for it, please. That's your energy in a sales call. Oh, I spent all this time. Look how good it is. And then you start doing all the opposite of what sales is supposed to be. You talk about yourself because you just spend all this time yourself in the business. So you just want to appreciate everyone how much value there is because it has nothing to do with that person. Are you getting this? This is like the complete reverse mindset of what entrepreneurship is. Oh, I spent all this time. Look at the logo. Come on. Look at that logo. It took me 3 weeks. Pay me $5,000. And they're like, oh, I should pivot my offer. No, you should pivot your face and your mind and your brain. Okay. The pivot your face was a little too much. Sorry, guys. You should pivot your mind. That's what you should do, not your offer. Okay. Pivot your mind before you pivot your offer. Pivot your mind before you pivot your business. Pivot your mind before you pivot your niche. Pivot your mind, because that's what's messing it all up. So for me, I'm like, dude, I'm going to go invite everybody. And once I got 100 people RSVP that are showing up and like 50 are confirmed by like putting a deposit down, I'm not buying one speaker or light for this party yet. I'd rather you show up and we're playing music off my phone because I had demand and not enough supply. That looks way better on me than the lonely kid at the party that no one showed up to. But I was like, oh, look at all the stuff I got you. In other words said, go sell the crap out of whatever idea of an offer you have until something gets sold, like someone pays you for it. Then you go, oh, this is the one I'm going to serve. It's worth my time to build now. That's the point of free coaching. You're going out there testing it until you find a thing. Everyone would do that. Okay, cool. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it. And then come to me with a very good problem. Dude, I sold way too many people. I have no idea how I'm going to deliver this. I'm scared it's not going to work. And I can work with that so easily. Like my skill set is so easy to work with those situations rather than you saying like, so I spent 17 hours last night looking at all the different social platforms and I made a whole content team. And here's my course, my fourth version of my course outline. What do you think before I talk to anybody? And I had this conversation with an elite client yesterday. I'm like, so how many people you talk to? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, well, so you came to me to be a CEO, right? Coach the CEO. That's what Elite's about. I'm like, start tracking everything and start working because you can't be doing this little effort of output of talking to people and expect money to come in. I'm not a magician. I'm a coach. I'm supposed to show you what to do.